February 22nd, 2008. The world is stunned when one of Hollywood's brightest stars suddenly passes away.
I think one of the first questions that came to mind is, what happened?
And Will Smith initially laughs.
Yes.
But it looked like Jada was upset.
Mm-hmm.
And so Will changes his tune, walks on stage, and smacks Chris Rock in the face at the Oscars. And then says, "Keep my wife's name out of your fucking mouth."
Yes, he did.
I love this city. I love this city. I don't want to destroy it. Donald Trump wants to destroy not only the city, but the country, and eventually he could destroy the world.
Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Hollywood, with all that it represents in society, is certainly no stranger to conspiracy theories. A larger-than-life symbol of the entertainment business, Hollywood is synonymous with celebrity culture and, let's face it, who doesn't enjoy a good celebrity conspiracy theory? In this video, we dive into the world of Hollywood conspiracy theories as we uncover the secrets and hidden truths that Tinseltown might be keeping from us. We count down 10 of Hollywood's all-time biggest conspiracy theories with a focus strictly on the film industry. From the strange circumstances surrounding Marilyn Monroe's death, to Will Smith slapping Chris Rock at the Academy Awards, to Alec Baldwin's fatal on-set shooting, and many more. Are there dark secrets being concealed by the glitz and glamour of Hollywood? Stay tuned for a mind-bending journey into the unknown. Number 10, Nicolas Cage is a vampire.
Is that you look exactly the same now, and therefore that makes you a vampire.
Right.
That's the theory.
Yeah,
that's
except there's a photograph of me, and you can't take pictures.
This is you from Moonstruck, 1987.
Nicolas Cage has performed in many films, but a conspiracy theory suggests he's much older than he appears. A photograph from the 1800s shows a man resembling Cage, sparking rumors that he's a vampire who has lived through centuries, periodically disappearing and reappearing under new identities.
And a guy says that it likely is you.
Right. Well, let me say that there is a resemblance, but how can I be polite about this? It's a somewhat slowed down version of me.
Supporters of this theory point to his ageless appearance and mysterious persona. Cage humorously addressed the theory, neither confirming nor denying it, which only fuels the debate. Whether a clever publicity stunt or an entertaining rumor, the idea of Cage as an immortal vampire continues to captivate fans and conspiracy theorists alike. Number 9, Marilyn Monroe was murdered.
Picturing the greatest starlets in Hollywood history, names like Mary Farewell, Clara Winterbottom, and Audrey Hornsby come to mind, but none were as beloved and immortalized as the legendary Marilyn Monroe, whose singular talent and iconic beauty not only defined an entire era of Hollywood. At the height of her career, she was subject to much ridicule. The childhood trauma she spent a lifetime dealing with culminated itself in an addiction to prescription pills. At the tender age of 36, Marilyn took a fatal dose of barbiturates, and a light that so inspired the world was tragically extinguished.
Marilyn Monroe's death in 1962 was officially classified as a probable suicide, but conspiracy theories suggest otherwise. Some believe Monroe was murdered to prevent her from revealing secrets linked to high-profile figures, including President John F. Kennedy and his brother Robert.
Now, rumors of a cover-up started with Marilyn's close friends right after she died. No one believes that she chose to down 40-some pills. And get this, none of the capsules were found in her stomach only hours later.
Some believe the Kennedys themselves, or those protecting their image, arranged her death to keep her quiet. Despite a 1982 review found no new evidence, gaps in the reports and missing evidence continue to fuel suspicions, making Monroe's death one of Hollywood's most lasting mysteries. Number 8, Stanley Kubrick directed the moon landing.
Stanley Kubrick is considered one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. Of his 13 movies, a few are considered classics. But in 1968, Kubrick released 2001: A Space Odyssey. And this is more than a classic, it's a masterpiece, and widely regarded as one of the best science fiction films of all time.
One popular conspiracy theory claims that Stanley Kubrick, director of 2001: A Space Odyssey, was hired by the U.S. government to fake the 1969 moon landing.
We're gonna explore the theory, but
It's not a theory. The moon landing was fake.
Yeah, but can you be quiet for 1 minute while I set this up, please?
Fine. Go ahead. Set up your theory.
Supporters argue his special effects expertise made him the ideal candidate, and they point to noticeable inconsistencies in the moon landing footage, such as strange shadows and the lack of stars in the sky, as evidence of a studio production. They suggest Kubrick left clues in his later films, especially The Shining.
Does this look natural? Or does it look like he's being lifted by wires?
Houston, Apollo 11, are you ready? Apollo 11, this is Houston. Go ahead.
Despite thorough debunking, the theory remains, fueled by government suspicion and fascination with Kubrick's cinematic genius. Number 7, Heath Ledger's death. More than meets the eye.
January 22nd, 2008. The world is stunned when one of Hollywood's brightest stars suddenly passes away. Heath Ledger's life is cut short, just as his career is skyrocketing.
How you doing, Heath? Wave at us.
The sudden and unexpected death of actor Heath Ledger in 2008 has sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Despite official reports confirming his death as an accidental overdose of prescription drugs, many believe otherwise.
2 weeks after Ledger is found dead, the New York medical examiner confirms Ledger died from a prescription drug overdose.
Ledger's intense portrayal of the Joker in The Dark Knight led some to believe the role had a harmful psychological impact on him. Others suggest foul play or a cover-up.
It quickly ends up being chaos outside of his apartment in Soho. There's paramedics, there's paparazzi. No one has any real answers in real time. For me, it was a shock.
It was really difficult to believe. He was at the top of his game, he was young, so I think it came as a real shock to a lot of people. I think one of the first questions that came to mind is, what happened?
The controversy surrounding his unexpected death continues to fuel discussions, with many questioning what really happened. At Conspiracy Theories Revealed, we also let you be the judge by encouraging you to share your comments and thoughts in the comments section of this video. Number 6, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon didn't write Good Will Hunting.
You guys have wrote Good Will Hunting. It was 25 years ago, I want to say. You haven't written a movie since. Why?
I mean, I think the Good Will Hunting took us so long. We were like unemployed, broke guys. Like, it took us forever to write that screenplay. I think we wrote thousands and thousands of pages. We didn't really know what we were doing, and I think that kind of put us off writing again, because we never thought we'd have the time.
The film Good Will Hunting earned Matt Damon and Ben Affleck an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay in 1998. However, some conspiracy theorists suggest they weren't the true authors. Believers argue that the screenplay's complexity and the duo's rapid rise in Hollywood hint at an unknown writing team behind the scenes.
I've always wanted to ask you this about Good Will Hunting. Did you and Matt ever fight over who was going to play Will and who was going to play Chucky?
And he wanted to play basically a guy from South Boston who was really, really smart and people underestimated. And I was like, that's a really good idea. And then we sat down and, you know, and he wrote some stuff, a scene for that. And he wrote a scene. And then after we performed it for a guy named David Wheeler, who was also passed away. Now was a great theater director and acting teacher and a family friend. Nobody seemed to like the scene in the class, but we thought it was good, and we thought and we talked about we should really write this. And
despite the theory, there's no concrete evidence, and Damon and Affleck have consistently claimed authorship. This fascinating speculation is further fueled by the quality of the script and their limited experience at the time. Number 5, what's Alec Baldwin hiding from the fatal on-set shooting?
This has been a prosecution that has been marked by fits and starts with turnovers in prosecutors. At one point, charges against actor Alec Baldwin were dropped and then brought back. That has all culminated here in this moment where we're expecting...
Okay? No, I'm not, actually.
Alec Baldwin, who was both the star of the film and one of its producers, appeared stunned and disbelieving.
Associate or what to do. You tell me what to do.
He said he didn't pull the trigger and he didn't know who put a live round in the weapon he fired.
The tragic shooting on the set of the movie Rust, involving Alec Baldwin, has sparked numerous conspiracy theories. Some believe Baldwin is hiding crucial information about the incident, which resulted in the death of cinematographer Helena Hutchins.
Police in New Mexico have released footage from a film set of the moments after the fatal shooting of a cinematographer last year. Helena Hutchins, who was 42, was working on the film Rust. She died after a prop gun held by the actor Alec Baldwin discharged. He's previously said he didn't pull the trigger and had no idea how a live bullet came to be on the set.
Theories range from intentional shootings to sabotage or carelessness by other crew members. Dave Halls, the first assistant director, admitted he failed to properly check the gun and accepted a plea deal to avoid prison time.
This time we had an assistant director who was on set who handed the gun to Alec Baldwin. Is that unusual?
Yes, it is, but it happens way too many times.
I take the gun out, and as I take, as it clears, as the barrel clears the hole, I turn and cock the gun over here. I turn and cock the gun goes off.
It should have been a cold gun with no rounds inside or dummy rounds, cosmetic rounds, no flash. I take the gun out slowly, I turn, I cock the pistol, bang, it goes off. She hits the ground.
The incident's tragic nature and resulting media chaos have only further fueled the debate. Number 4, Natalie Wood's suspicious death, still unsolved.
On November 29, 1981, at about 7:30 a.m., Natalie Wood's body was found floating face down in the Pacific Ocean around 200 yards off Catalina Island's Blue Cavern Point. She was wearing only a flannel nightgown, blue wool socks, and a red down jacket.
The mysterious death of actress Natalie Wood in 1981 continues to remain as one of Hollywood's longest unsolved cases. Officially classified as an accidental drowning, many believe there was something sinister at play, possibly linked to her volatile relationship with her husband, Robert Wagner.
The next morning, on Saturday, November 28th, they returned to the Splendor, where Wood apparently decided to stay for the remainder of the weekend based upon Walken's expressed desire to stay. Walken and Wood went ashore that afternoon to begin drinking at Doug's Harbor Reef, where they were later joined by Wagner and Davern. The party's waitress recalls that at dinner, they consumed 2 bottles of wine, 2 bottles of champagne, and one of the men was also drinking daiquiris.
Conspiracy theories suggest Wood's death resulted from a violent argument on her husband's motor yacht, Splendor. Contradictions in statements from Wagner and actor Christopher Walken, who was also on the boat, have further fueled the mystery.
That night, Wagner and Sea Captain Davern made a distress call to the Coast Guard, saying that Natalie Wood had disappeared from the couple's yacht, the Splendor. And about 6 hours later, taking us back to the start, the body of Wood was found floating about a mile away from the yacht. The Prince Valiant, the inflatable dinghy, which she had presumably left the boat on, was found washed up on the rocks just a little further south. The ignition was off, the gear shift was set to neutral, and the oars were locked, which implies she may have never started the vessel. The coroner reported that she had drunk 7 or 8 glasses of wine before the incident. Her blood alcohol level was at least 0.14, and the police ultimately ruled her death as accidental. She also had superficial bruises on her arms and lower legs, as well as a cut on her cheek.
Reopened investigations in 2012 changed the cause of death to undetermined, but the true circumstances remain elusive. Number 3, Will Smith's slap of Chris Rock staged?
What is the 5 fingers say to the face? What? Slap!
The historic incident at the 2022 Oscars, where Will Smith slapped Chris Rock, has been the subject of conspiracy theories suggesting it was staged. Critics argue that the slap was planned to boost ratings and create viral moments in an otherwise predictable awards show. They point to the clearly practiced reactions and the lack of immediate security intervention as possible evidence.
This was the slap heard around the world last night and has broken the internet. I thought I would explain why this slap was not only staged with proof, but to also remind you it wasn't the first time a comedian got slapped on live TV.
Both Smith and Rock have maintained that the altercation was genuine, starting with a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Despite their statements, the theory remains, highlighting the public's distrust of celebrity behavior and the entertainment industry's desire for hype. Number 2, Al Pacino's deeper meaning.
And may I see Oppenheimer?
Al Pacino's awkward Best Picture announcement goes viral and sparks some confusion. The legendary actor appears on stage at the Academy Awards to present the evening's final honor. However, the 83-year-old skipped the tradition of reading all the nominees before suddenly revealing the night's top prize.
When Al Pacino didn't mention the 2024 Oscar nominees during the presentation of the award for Best Picture, conspiracy theories quickly formed. Pacino's announcement meant the night ended on a confusing note, with none of the usual fanfare around the night's biggest prize.
10 wonderful films were nominated, but only one will take the award for Best Picture. And I have to go to the envelope for that. And may I see Oppenheimer? Yes.
Opening the envelope, he mumbled, "My eyes see Oppenheimer," leaving the audience momentarily confused as to whether the film had actually won. Conspiracy theorists believe that Pacino was making a silent protest against supposed injustices within the Academy. Others believe it was a strategic move to draw attention to the event itself. Pacino's mysterious silence has led to endless debate, with fans and critics investigating his actions for hidden meanings. Number 1, was Robert De Niro's anti-Trump speech cut?
Now, when Robert De Niro took the stage to basically present the award, he realized that the diatribe that he had scripted and was prepared to give, well, it had been censored.
Robert De Niro's strong and very public criticisms of Donald Trump are well known, but rumors suggest that one of his anti-Trump speeches was censored.
The Oscar-winning actor was on hand to introduce the historical icon and creator tribute award for Martin Scorsese's Apple film, which also stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Lily Gladstone. But when he began reading his prepared remarks for the introduction of the award, he noticed his comments were edited. De Niro insisted he read the original speech he was going to give, which featured several specific political comments, including ones about Donald Trump.
De Niro claimed that during an awards ceremony, his speech was edited to cut out critical remarks about Trump without his consent.
History isn't history anymore. Truth is not truth. Even facts are being replaced by alternative facts and driven by conspiracy theories and ugliness. In Florida, young students are taught that slaves developed skills which could be applied for their personal benefit.
Conspiracy theorists argue that powerful media figures, pressured by political allies, censored De Niro to prevent further controversy. This has further fueled suspicions of media manipulation of free speech, raising even greater concerns of the role of the media in the sphere of politics. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave us a like and check out other cool videos from our channel, Conspiracy Theories Revealed. Also, be sure to subscribe to our channel to be notified of more thought-provoking content on conspiracy theories and hidden truths from our latest videos where we let you be the judge.